So hello people, I've completed buttoning up this big old monster and figured I'd make an ending video of this part of this saga that I've been sharing. So today I got home and from a trip I had to make 2 hours both ways. Got back here quick and had time to get out here and slam this front end together quick. Obviously it's set up for the run stand. I have to bring this down to Comp Wedge Engines in Brewerton, New York. Have Todd start this guy up and break it in for me on his stand. And make sure everything's kosher, which is really the best way to do this type of stuff. If you don't have a run stand, or I wish I had one, but I wouldn't use it often enough to justify it, so it would be a pain in the ass to keep somewhere, and you'd have to buy all the accoutrements for it. And it's a pain in the ass kind of, but you know. Anyway, so I got my Wix filter on there. Can't see the label. It's a 51515, I believe, for the break-in oil. Then I plan on running it on these guys. I think it's a 51515 XP, the synthetics hot rod motor oil 1040. That's what we're gonna try in this. I don't know if that's enough. You got 8 quarts in there, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, that should be enough to run this guy. This big panel hold an immense amount of oil. But it seems to run the best if you keep it a little on the about 8 or 9 quarts. I like to run a lot of oil. I mean, there's definitely some windage going on in there, but it keeps things cool, and you don't have to worry about running out. I'd rather lose a little horsepower to windage. And if you can see this here, drip wet. I primed it there today, which you should always do when you get them put together. Use this. I hope you guys enjoy my walk around the shop cam here. Use one of these hex shafts. Not sure how long that is, but I think we just hacked one off. Maybe we had some, I don't know where we got that. But jam it in there, turn it counterclockwise with I just use a drill over here. Make sure you don't let the edge of the hex shaft ride on your intermediate shaft bushing though. You know that little bronze guy that's tapped into the block underneath your distributor drive gear? You don't want to just let the thing ride on that when you use it. You got to make sure you hold the drill here and center it and not grind on that, because that's the bearing surface for your oil pump drive and your distributor drive. Try to get this set up, your distributor, and timed before you bring it down to anybody to run it for you. If you don't know how to do it, let them do it. Because these are kind of simple. You'll have a 180 off or on, but timing is confusing. I've been doing this for a long time and I still get confused. And there's a handy dandy chart out there on the internet somewhere that gives you lead timing specifications for what duration at 50 your camshaft is. So you want to find that. I mean, I have a picture of it copied on my phone, but it gives you a nice little handy way of referencing you. So this cam's about 251 and 256 split duration at 50. And at that range, I think you want somewhere from like 21 to 30, maybe, I'm guessing. I'm not guessing, but I can't remember the chart exactly. I run about 25 degrees of lead time. The chart said it was the same for this cam as it was for my other comp custom that was a 266 at 50. So what I found is street cams for a big motor like this, about 250 at 50 is a good duration so far. See how this one works. It should be pretty good. So this is a pretty good build, I think. I was happy with it, a little frustrated sometimes. It threw me a couple curves, but I don't know if there was anything I wanted to talk about closing up before this. I don't know if I had any rants to go on or anything. I don't know, I forget how big these are though. Look at the size of that thing on the stand. Stand looks like it's in pain. It's like, holding that giant thing up there. And you know, it's lighter than stock by a good margin. With all that aluminum on it. You know, good idea if you're traveling with an engine in the back, use old plugs. So if something does happen, you don't destroy a good plug in it. You want to plug in the engine anyway to keep shit out of the cylinders. But you don't want to break a good plug in transit. I have it set over there. I got a gap wet ready for this guy. Some NGKs. I've also scavenged and scoured the internet to find that these were a pretty good plug to run on an engine such as mine. Big 483. So I have to gap those. I got 4 other ones in the box. Anyway, yeah, the elephant ears. If you guys ever run elephant ears, 1/4-inch plate aluminum, you need 2 water pump gaskets in there. I do use a fair amount of silicone on my gaskets with this setup. I just paint each surface with silicone in my finger, just enough to make it tacky. Let the gasket stick. Then I do this surface and the surface of the water pump, both sides obviously. Stick the gasket to the water pump, stick the gasket to the block. Then I take my elephant ears and you orient them in the right direction. Your one on the driver's side is gonna be longer because the engine's offset. Slide some bolts through this guy, get your elephant ears on there. Same with the other side. Now you'll have a big menagerie of crap that you can tip and drop all over. Don't tip it upside down or the bolts will fall out. Get it up to your engine. Helps to have an extra hand, somebody to help you. Get her started. And then you can work all those in one cohesive unit. You know, you want 2 bolts in there at least to keep your gasket from moving and your elephant ear from swinging around. But it's not that fiddly once you kind of get an idea how to do it. I use the silicone to keep the gasket stuck in place so I don't have to fight with it so much. And because it's just double stacked and there's more stuff in there, I like the extra insurance of having a little layer of silicone in there. But again, you don't need a ton. As you can see, I'm wiping off the excess that was over. It was when I put it on there, I made a bit of an extra mess. You don't need a ton of that stuff. It actually works better if it's just a thin layer when you're doing this type of stuff. You know, it dries quicker. It sticks to the gasket better, and it holds your stuff in place better. So yeah, anyway, here we go. Hopefully I'm gonna get some video for you guys from the run stand. If I remember, I'm sure it's gonna be hectic. We're gonna be down there going crazy, getting stuff done, because he's a one-man show down there usually. And if you ever dealt with Comp Wedge Racing, or Comp Wedge Engines in Brewerton, I give Todd a huge thumbs up. Super helpful guy. I've known him for a long time. Really good dude. But yeah, hopefully I'll get some footage of that and of it running on the stand and be able to post that up for you guys too. All right, take it easy. Have a nice night.